Do 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 do. Wait, are we starting early? I thought we had at least a minute to get ready. Yeah, and I like that song. Why can't we go back to that? The previous video specifically required an intro song. This project has no such requirement, so spending the first few minutes solely occupied with music would be a waste of time. The previous video? Whatever could you be talking about? Why are you looking at me like that? I think, although he could make it clearer, he is trying to prompt you to explain what is happening here. Couldn't people just watch the trailer? Technically, yes, but it would be better to treat this as though it were a standalone video and assume that those viewing it have no prior history with viewing our content. Oh, well, it all started 2 years ago. 1,000 years! No, just the two. I made a video that was meant to represent my thought process for making videos, as guided by the manifestation of my creativity. Ooh, that's me! And the manifestation of my logic. Hi there, hello. The video essentially amounted to my creativity having a lot of ideas, and my logic shutting them down for not being good ideas. What eventually happened is it was decided the thought process itself would be turned into the video, which was how it got made. Well, sort of. I doubt any of these videos are 100% accurate representations of how your thought process works. Well, it all worked out in the end. It was a great video. I wouldn't call it great, but I've come to accept the video for what it was. It wasn't bad. Which brings us to today. Yes, today, what I have planned is to take a look back. These last 2 years have felt like a long time, but in reality, when we look at it from any large scale, so much little time has passed. Time is weird like that. I thought it would be interesting to see what's changed, for better, for worse, just in general, what stayed the same, and the two of you can be here to provide some commentary or witty banter. Sound fun? Self-reflection has its benefits, so while I would not call it fun, I will be participating. Yeah, it seems really fun.
No! It is not fun!
What? Who could that possibly be? We all know who it is. We discussed this happening in the trailer. Oh, and I thought we were treating this as a standalone video, Mr. I don't have a sense of the dramatic.
Shut up!
I'm scared? Why are you hiding under the table?
I don't want people to see what I look like!
We look exactly the same. People already know what you look like.
No!
Also, why do you care? I have never been genuinely worried about my physical appearance.
Social contact!
Seeing as this discussion won't be going anywhere, perhaps it is a good time for you to explain who this new character is. Right. This is the manifestation of my anxiety.
This whole video was a horrible idea!
2 years ago, I thought my thoughts were divided into 2 sections. One that was creative, positive, and came up with ideas, and one that was logical, negative, and shut those ideas down. Yeah, you meanie! What? However, I've learned in the past years that this is not accurate. Huh? My anxiety and stress is not usually based in logic. It took a lot of help from people and work on my part, but I've come to discover that what I originally viewed as logical is not entirely accurate. It is good that you realized this.
My criticisms are plenty logical!
Sure, sometimes I will have ideas that have no way of working. Not with that attitude, they won't! No, really. Sometimes my brain will have ideas that have no way of working in real life. But more often, I will have ideas that would have worked if you don't make up reasons for why I shouldn't.
Wow, that was really easy. You should have figured that out sooner!
See, you just demonstrated how you aren't logical. You switch between telling me I'm wrong and then telling me I'm right, but should be better.
Well, you're making so many mistakes!
I'm not going to engage with that. Now, with our cast of characters properly established, we can move along to actually reflecting. Wait, there's another subject that requires clarifications before we continue. Oh, right.
Oh, typical. Do you have any real content to provide, or are you just gonna spend this whole video making clarifications for your non-existent audience?
Non-engaging. Shortly after I made the original video, I was made aware of the fact that the central theme of the video, wherein a person talks to the various manifestations of his personality, was very similar to a relatively popular YouTube series called Sandersides.
More like making an exact copy. I mean, you just introduced an anxiety character. It's like you want to be known for copying other people's work.
Well, the point is that it was not my original intent when I made the video. I mean, Sandersides is pretty cool. The inspiration was, of all things, a play that I was part of in an acting class when I was younger, where the plot centered around two alternate worlds, one entirely creative and one entirely logical.
It was awful.
We were kids, so no, it wasn't great, but I think awful's a bit of a stretch. I liked it. Meanwhile, the concept for a video where I talked to myself was inspired by a completely different YouTuber named Ryan George.
Oh, so you're not ripping off one content creator, you're ripping off two of them. That makes it so much better.
He's not ripping them off, he's taking inspiration from them.
Same difference.
Additionally, one of the videos made by Thomas Sanders specifically covers the subject that it is almost impossible to create truly original ideas. Almost everything people think of is stolen, inspired, or otherwise derived from their past experiences. Plus, Ryan George and Thomas Sanders are really funny. Alright, now, with all of the characters introduced and all of the remaining issues clarified... Ha! What? In the trailer, you said there weren't any leftover issues that needed addressing. You were wrong. Okay. I won. Anyways, we're moving on to talk about other things, such as the pandemic. That's certainly a place to start. The original video was made in early 2020, so I had no idea how much it was gonna change things, although the pandemic itself didn't impact me as much as it did other people.
What? This is a terrible worldwide event you're talking about! You can't just disregard it so carelessly!
I'm not disregarding it, it's just none of my immediate family or close friends got sick to the point of hospitalization, and I was already going to an online school, so nothing changed there. It's not that there was no change at all, rather that the effects of the change were less notable. Yeah, a lot of the things the pandemic changed was stuff I think was going to happen already. The process just got expedited, and really a lot of the things that changed ended up being positive.
There is nothing positive about what's happening in the world!
Well, I'm not talking about the world, I'm talking about my own life.
You should be worrying about what's going on in the world!
Why would he worry about things he has no ability to change? Not engaging. As an example of what I'm talking about, the only activity I actually stopped taking due to the pandemic was my improv class, but I was already losing interest in that, so I probably wouldn't have taken it the following year anyway.
But now you don't do anything!
But if I wasn't enjoying it, there isn't really a point to doing it. I agree. If an activity does not hold any interest for him, it would be a waste of both time and money for Finn to continue. Plus, now he has so much more time to work on his own projects.
Really? Work on projects? Is that what he's been doing?
Yes?
Because it looks to me that he's been spending most of his free time on the internet!
Dramatic gasp!